welcome back to Crash Talk. I'm your host, Ayana, and today we are going to be doing something that is very exciting for me, but also going to be very chill for you guys. We're going to be doing a readathon. Now, if you're sitting there like, Ayana, what the heck is a readathon? Let me tell you. When I was in elementary school, during the good old days of AR tests, what was it, like accelerated reader tests? What were they even called? Advanced reader? I can't remember. But during the good old days of, public schools wanting to make sure that they got their literacy level up and also just like teaching kids a love for reading, we used to have days where you got to come to school in your pajamas. Usually there'd be like a sack lunch that you would get, or obviously you could bring your lunch from home. Teachers would have like snacks and stuff, and literally all day you would just spend reading. Those are some of my favorite days of school, period. Like getting to be bundled up like in a blanket and reading Harry Potter on the floor of my second grade classroom, your honor. And sometimes the teachers would let you make like blanket forts with the desks. Guys, hug your elementary school teacher. I don't think anybody that's watching me is in elementary school, but if you come across them, give your teacher a shout, because those I remember everybody being so excited no matter what they were reading, whether it was chapter books, whether they were reading graphic novels. Like, I think that it's so important to make sure that people have a love for reading. I do, as evidenced by the fact that today, at my big age of 25, I have several books that are due back to the library very, very soon. Shout out to Libby. And I need to finish them. One book, The Lost World, The Jurassic Park, the second book by Michael Crichton, I've returned. And if it gets returned again without me finishing this book, I'm gonna go crazy. So we're gonna be reading today. I have to go to the grocery store at some point, and I may or may not do some cooking today. We're gonna see, but that's literally it. Like, those are all of my plans for the day. So I'm very, very excited to get started. Come spend a cozy day with me. I feel like I've been talking like very fast and very aggressive for the fact that this is gonna be a cozy video. We're gonna take it down so many notches, okay? There's gonna be a lot of like real-time reading in this video, so you can read along with me. You can, work on something. I might do this a little bit like pomodoro method, so that way in case you are working on something, it's like got a break built in as well. But we're just gonna get cozy and we're gonna jam. I hope that you have whatever you're gonna be drinking. The Freezer Bunny mug makes another appearance. Shout out to my friend Luke. I've got peppermint tea today because I had too much caffeine yesterday, and so I went to bed at like 1 a.m. and I woke up this morning at like 8 something. And you might be like, Ayana, that's still 7 hours of sleep, and it is. So this is a good day to be super duper cozy. Cheers, let's do it. So you guys see what I mean? I have a book that's due in literally 8 hours. It's called Paladin's Strength. So here's what's on the docket today, basically. I have Paladin's Strength, which is the second book after Paladin's Grace. I can't remember what that full series is called, but it's by T. Kingfisher, and I've been enjoying it. I really liked Paladin's Grace. Very, very chill, cozy fantasy if you're into that. And then we have The Lost World, as I mentioned, which we have got to get her done today, guys. It's due in 2 days. So we're gonna start with Paladin's Strength, and so it's due in 8 hours, and we're gonna see how we go. I also have Carl's Doomsday Scenario, which is the second book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series, which I read recently and honestly really enjoyed. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed it. So I put a hold on the second book and it came due. This one is due in 4 days, and I have plans, my calendar's over there, and I have plans literally all the way through Monday. So we might try our best to get finished with all 3 books today. And if not, then definitely at least Paladin's Strength and The Lost World. So let me know what you guys are reading or working on in the comments, and let's get cozy. Okay, kids, we did it! It took me 5 hours, 28 minutes. It's currently, what, like 2 o'clock? 2:03. And I have finished! God bless. Starting on March 6th, I picked up the book 5 times and read for 5 hours and 28 minutes. Honestly, not bad. I remember at some point like reading this in my bed on my phone, which I don't recommend doing. Screen too small, make head hurt. But I'm done. And of course, I get a notification from my Libby that I could skip the line for The Raven Scholar. I'd only be able to take a week to read it. So I haven't made that decision yet, but we finished one book. I'm proud of us, and also my rice should pretty much be ready by now. So we're gonna take a quick break and do lunchies. I hope that you also do lunchies. Get a snack, have something cozy, and then we will jump back in to part 2, reading The Lost World. But for now, good job everyone. Bon travail. I don't know how to say good job in Japanese. Charaso, charaso. Alright guys, so rice is going. I got the little rice cooker. My mom won it in a contest at work. Shout out, Slay. And I love it. I love that. I don't know how I was living life before I had a rice cooker, but it truly is everything to me and more. So now that that's done, we should have about 20 minutes and then it's lunchtime. Okay friends, so first book officially finished, Paladin's Strength. I don't know how I feel about it. I think I need to sit and digest it just a little bit more, but I'm feeling off base that right now I think I liked the first one better, Paladin's Grace. I don't know, something about the characters, something about the story. In this one, they're kind of like on a journey, traveling together. And I think something about like being stationary in one time I find a little bit more intriguing, which is hilarious because I do currently have a story that I'm working on a second draft of where the characters are ostensibly doing the same thing, like they're being forced to travel together. So, but I do like this author's writing. I think if I wasn't like forcing myself to sit down and finish this in like, you know, however many hours stretch, so that way I could finish it before it has to get returned to the library, I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. Like it's a very slow like beach read, but not necessarily just like beach. Do you know what I mean? Like a book that you could like pick up and be like, I just want to do some reading today, and not have like your mind melting out of your ears or anything like that. I think it has just enough like intrigue, societal commentary and stuff like that to make sure that you're still like critically thinking when you read, but also like silly, goofy, funny lines and stuff like that. And it's not so fast-paced that you feel like you need to be, you know, like absorbed in it. I'm so bad at reading sequels, so honestly, giving myself some props for finishing yet another sequel. Good for me. I'm so bad at reading sequels. I don't know what happened, what part of my brain between like middle school and high school was just like, oh no, we cannot read another book in a series. There's a lot going on, but there's also like, you know, I think the book has good pacing. So that's my review of that. finally freaking done, bro. Hour and 15 times. Starting on November 7th, guys. Of last year, by the way. Of last year. Okay, this makes so much more sense. Sorry, I'm back. This makes so much more sense. It says I read it for 4 hours. That makes so much more sense. Anyways, everybody say bye. How do I return it to the library? Everybody say bye. All right, guys. We did it. Everybody give yourselves a round of applause. Because my oh my, I am so tired. I finished The Lost World. Apparently it only took me 1 hour and 33 minutes, which just doesn't feel, that just doesn't feel right. Because I went to the mechanic the other day and I was reading, and I feel like I was reading for at least like 1.5 hours just at the mechanic. So who knows? We've done it. I finished. I think that I hold the first Jurassic Park book and The Lost World in the same bucket in my head. It'll have to take another like me sitting through and like parsing to see which one I enjoyed more, but I feel like it did a really good job as a sequel, building on the world and the concepts of the first, in direct dissonance perhaps with the second Jurassic Park movie, which was a slush fest. It was so bad. It's actually kind of incredible, but there were certain things that happened in the second movie that happened in the book, I'm now realizing, and it's kind of upsetting that they didn't just roll with the ideas of the book. But I also think that the pace of the Jurassic Park movies were exponentially faster after the first movie, and that's because, you know, at the end of the day, people were there to see like dinosaur spectacle, which is so real. But I think in terms of real gritty science fiction, it's such a cool concept. It's such a cool concept and has so many implications for even the ways that we think about like technology and stuff now, and I'm excited to explore it even more. I kind of want to do a full like review of the books, especially like book to screen with them, since the films are so different, but they do like pick and choose like little moments from the book. Even in the very last Jurassic World that just came out, or I guess came out last year, the one with Scarlett Johansson, right? Because that's what we're doing these days. They had some elements in that film of things that happened in the first Jurassic Park book, and that was, you know, 20 years after this book came out, 20 years after the first film had been made. So I just think that it's interesting how they went about it. Obviously, adaptation doesn't necessarily have to follow the source material, but I think in terms of, you know, someone who is a big lover of books and also really believes in the power of like films and stuff like that to be able to get across a message to general audiences, it does make me a little bit sad that they just went in the direction of like dinosaur eat people, and there's not really, I think Jurassic World kind of had some interesting like moral questions, and then the second Jurassic World especially, and then I think we kind of lost it again. But all of which to say, we've done it. I might do some more reading, but I'm so tapped out. I told you guys I was gonna go to the grocery store today. I didn't even do that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not going to. I'm tired. I cannot be bothered. It's like quitting time for everybody, which means that the grocery stores are probably gonna be busy because it is Friday that I'm filming this. So we're just gonna have to go tomorrow morning. But I digress. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope that this was as fun and calming for you as it was for me as we did some real-time reading together. My hair has become a mess, which honestly is kind of real. I feel like you went home in elementary school after like days like these where you're literally just spending all the time like on the floor reading, and for some reason like always looking a mess. Ponytails are all askew, my baubles are hanging on by a thread, like, and that's how you know that you've had a good day. I had so much fun and this was so chill, so I hope that you enjoyed. You can check out some of the other videos on my channel for more fast-paced, you know, movie recaps and stuff like that. I have a gaming video up and more stuff is coming. But for now, I will leave you all. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!